I'll tell you something in a minute. One sec. Let me just get rid of this plate. I said, come to Ireland. What, for beef? What am I coming to Ireland for? What, for beef? Right. Oh, okay. You said, what up from Ireland? Okay, yeah. Respect. Yeah, so obviously I said I know my Polish people and that. The day I went to a tenant's house, and yeah, when I go to people's yards, when I meet people, I always love to, like, it's good to just use your brain, So whenever I meet a new person, if they're foreign, if they're English, then I'll know, obviously, innit? But if they're foreign and that, like, even if they're black and born in the UK, yeah, I always think to myself, I wonder where this person's from. Are they from Ghana? Are they from Poland? Are they from fucking Azerbaijan or something? So I went to this woman's house today, and apparently I'd previously been there, but I don't remember her. Now maybe there was a man that was there that sat in for the test the last time. So anyway, I said to her, right, I'm gonna guess where you're from. I said, you're not Polish. And then she was about to say so. I was like, oh, don't say nothing. Let me guess. So you're not Polish, you're not Lithuanian, but you could be, but I think you're Latvian. I said, obviously, you're not Romanian. She's like, I'm actually Polish. I'm like, right, I actually got that wrong. Right. But to be fair, as long as, like, if I hear it, as soon as they start speaking, I will know straight away, more than likely. And definitely, if I see their writing, like, if I see anything in, like, in their language, I'll know Polish straight away. One sec. Someone said, "Oh, you Nigerian?" Nah, I'm not Nigerian. One sec. Let me get my charger. I forgot. Too much traffic. You're a barefoot Gambian, you joke. Let's put my charger in. Do you know the language on the east side of the map or west side as well? No, I don't know what that means. Oh, you know what? I was watching some videos about the Polish language. There's an old language that hardly anyone in Poland uses. Fuck, what is it? It's a weird name. Well, weird to me. Weird in terms of the English language. It's like only like the people in the mountains or up in the far north use it. So I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It's almost like the original Polish, something like that. I don't know. It's cool. Right. Someone asked a question about buying a property. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Someone said, "What's for dinner? You chefing?" Well, it was just pasta and tuna again. Struggle food then. All right. So this C dots said, JY, serious question. If someone sends something to your yard, can you get bagged for it? Oh, of course. Well, you think, yeah, if a man sends a 9 bar to your yard, yeah, you don't think the police ain't gonna want to bring you in for questioning at least? Come on, man. I know you. I know you. He jumped into someone's front, you know, like their front garden where the porch door is, the sliding porch door, and took like, yeah, it was like a 9 bar. I don't think it was a half a box, which is like 18 ounces. I think it was a 9 bar. This yeah, jumped into someone's front garden, opened up their porch door. He thought he was stealing a normal parcel. It's just a thief. This youth was like 14, 15 years old at the time. He thought, yeah, he was stealing a normal parcel. Yeah. Took it to his brethren's yard. The brethren is trying to open up, say like, yo, why is this thing so wrapped up? Why is it so hard to open up? Like, a man started getting a Stanley knife, yeah? Bust the thing open. Obviously, them lot were livid. I mean, obviously, these lot were young, yeah? So these times, the youth is like 14, I'm 16, and then the other youth is 2 years older than me, so he's 18. Like, the youth bust the thing open. It's a fucking 9 or 9 bar or half a box, 18 ounces or something like that. Come all the way from South Africa, apparently. How the hell? Oh, and the maddest thing is as well, yeah. Apparently, inside this package, there was knickknacks. You know, knickknacks, the crisp. Maybe that was to send, like, you know, to deter or whatever, to throw off the sniffer dog. I don't know how it got through customs. Right. So this person said, I'm on an EICR testing housing contract in London. I told the company I use a van, but I'm on my ped. But how the hell do you get around with your ladders and that? Are you tall enough to reach all the pendants, or do you just hope that you can stand on the tenant's chair? To be fair, you can test the lights from the switches anyway. You just have to make sure you find the last point, unless you're going to do all of them, or do at least 5 points to just work out. Oh, okay, and then they said, okay, yeah, so bare traffic. Yeah, I get that. Is it the Kings you thinking? I've got 80 new messages. Jesus Christ. Would you give your property to social housing for guaranteed rent? Yeah, I probably would. One of my brethren did that. He's giving his property to social housing for guaranteed rent. Obviously, like they have contracts, 3 years guaranteed rent or whatever. And that. I don't know how much he's making or whatever. I'm not too sure. Right. So this Alan, I'll be honest. I really like what you do, and you inspire to be like you one day, and I can make it happen. Yeah, man. Just got to put the work in, man. Right. This person said, I have 20 bags saved. How can I buy my first crib? Go on to Zoopla and look at properties that are between 180 and 210,000 pounds. Now, to be fair, it's all well and good having a 10% deposit, but can you afford the mortgage? What's the mortgage? The amount of money that you're borrowing. So if a property is 200 grand and you have 20 grand as a deposit, if you put down 20 grand as a deposit, yeah, then you're going to be borrowing 180. So the property is 200 grand. You put down a 20% deposit, you borrow 180. Can you afford to borrow 180? Well, how do you work out whether or not you can borrow 180? You basically divide 180 by 4.5. And if that's the same amount, yeah, or less than your salary, then you can borrow that amount. If you divide 180 by 4.5 or 5, if that comes up to way more than your salary, say your salary is 30 grand, and you divide that 180 by 4.5 or 5, if it comes up to 45 grand, yo, you can't borrow. You're not going to meet affordability. You'd have to put up a bigger deposit. So yeah, go on Zoopla and look at properties that are worth potentially around 200 grand. See what happens. You may have to go far outside of London or far outside your catchment area. Jay Wise, I got a degree in computer science, but I can't get a job. How hard are you trying? How many CVs are you sending out a day? Were you just hoping for a job to come to you? So this person said, what happened after? Oh, well, in regards to the teeth in the 9 bar. So basically what happened was this ute, yeah, lived obviously on a road, yeah. So he's jumped into someone's front porch and stolen the package and that. Now, the guy clocked, you know, is a big man. This guy was like, he's a big man. Like this has man 60. This guy is like 40 or something, yeah. So he actually questioned the ute about this, you know. He's like, oh, did you, I don't know. He even asked him, you know, did you take a package from here? And he's like, no, I didn't take no package and that. Well, what was in the package or whatever and that? So the guy actually clocked, but he didn't even do nothing to the youth. Didn't do nothing to the youth. Probably because he couldn't prove it. A man said, oh, allow it. A man said, let's ride out on such and such. But I ain't riding. What? I'm getting into beef with anyone over the internet. I don't give a fuck, man. But like obviously people do make threats and that, like big up Lynn May. She shared one of my videos and yeah, I must have gone on to, so she must have you know the video I say I'm not boycotting nothing. She's obviously posted it on her story or something like that. So obviously someone sent it to me, and then I think my auntie sent it to me as well. So anyway, I've gone on to obviously her Instagram profile and I was just looking at her stories and that. And basically, you know what some chicks were saying? They was like, oh, I'm sure we can rush her. They're talking about they wanted to rush Lynn May, you know. I'm like, think to myself, like, yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? What? Because she's talking about how she doesn't agree with this boycotting this and boycotting that. Because obviously she's, you know, half Asian. But regardless of whether she's half Asian or not, there's black people that are against boycotting any shops or businesses and that. So anyway, so some chick must have been like, oh, I'm sure we can rush her. Like they're talking about rushing the girl and that. So obviously, Lynn May's posted up a picture of her on her story and said, listen, if anyone's planning on rushing me, I will send a picture of you to the Metropolitan Police and that. That was funny. I think obviously she might have got a little bit scared still because, you know, if you ain't scared, you ain't gonna say something like that. You know what I mean? You say you bring it on. What? Come. Right. What happens when the company's EICR's contracts start to run out? What, they let you man go? Yes. All right. So this person, obviously, bit of a typo. They said, what happens when the company's EICR's contract starts to run out? What, they let you man go? I beg you lot, like, write with proper grammar, because if you want me to read it out, you know what I mean. So anyway, the person's asking, what happens when the company's contract, you know, starts to run out and do they let you man go? Yeah, that's what happens. So last year, no, not last year, about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I can't remember. But basically, they run out of work. They run out of work in, let's say February or late January, and they said, listen, we're running out of work. You can't work on this contract anymore, but we can put you on another contract. So I went on the other contract and I was driving to like Leamington Spa and like near Coventry and what's the other place? This place called Colville in the Leicestershire County. The man was going up there, but then like the work was shit up there as well. I'd go up there. Initially, I was doing like 4 jobs and that, but then there was times where I was only doing 2 and they didn't have no spare jobs to give me. So I was like, forget it. So I said, listen, I'll come back in April. Now, the reason why they wanted me to go up there is because they didn't want me to go off and work on a construction site or whatever, because they were a bit afraid that if I leave, I might not come back. So yeah, but then I said, no, don't worry, man. I'll come back in April because obviously in April they get the new contracts and that. Now, to be fair, I think I came back a week before April because obviously, you know, they will give work to the council. The council will give work to my company like a couple of weeks in advance, so they know where they're gonna be. So we was able to test the jobs beforehand and that, because obviously when they charge the client, they can just charge them in April, although the test was done in March. Something like that. I don't know. So this Ray J person said, "Yo, G, remember me? I'm back. Jake's had me current net worth now 80K. I don't remember you, man. Should have booked a mentoring session. I done a mentoring session yesterday, and a man said, "Yo, you should start charging £100, you know, for the gems that you be dropping." So you never know. Well, it's not you never know. I will be charging £100 for a mentoring session. What's your stance on this new HMRC fear laws coming in? What's that? Right. Is it worth it to hand over your property to a property management company so you're getting money? I mean, it's up to you, man. Me, I do it all myself. Should I sell that and buy a property in the UK and from Albania? Yeah, why not? Is buy to let worth it if you don't know how to do maintenance renovation? Yeah, man, there's plenty of people that don't know how to do no maintenance or renovation. They got buy to let property. Big up True Talk Only. Does the company make you change the fuse board if it's impossible to pass the EICR? Nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, we don't do that. I said the new landlord rules coming in. What are you gonna do with the properties that you're renting out? Continue to rent them out? Bro, I don't give a fuck about these new landlord rules. Don't give a fuck. I will still evict tenants. Don't care. This is a good one. So this individual said, Jay Wise, I met a 10 out of 10 girl, but I'm not patterned, meaning he ain't got his shit together. Yeah. Should I still move to it or risk losing her? Still move to it. Blood, listen, let me explain something to you right now. Yeah. Waiting is the way of the woman. Right now, yeah, you are not dating this girl. And in a month's time, in 3 months' time, you are not dating this girl if you continue to hold this stance. So whether you move to her now and get rejected, in 2 months' time, you're not going to be dating her anyway. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, if you walk down the road and you see a nice girl, yeah, at that moment in time and in a week's time, if you don't move to her in that moment of time, in a week's time, you're not going to be dating her. So you not wanting to go out to a girl and try and get her number because you're worried about getting rejected and that, you've already in to some degree been rejected. You're still in the same position. If you're walking down the road, you see a nice girl, yeah. If you don't make a move on her, she ain't gonna make a move on you for the most part. You don't have that girl's number today. And if you don't have that girl's number today, you're not gonna be able to date her next week. So if you move to her today and she says no, you're in the same position that you would have been in if you didn't move to her. Because she ain't gonna come up to you. So just move to the girl, man. It don't matter if you ain't got your stuff together. Remember, you ain't been watching me long enough. These women, they like dating broke guys. They like dating guys that they need to fix. She can fix you, fam. Yeah? Give her some work to do. So yeah, don't be worried about I ain't got my stuff together and that. Blood, just move to the girl. A lot of these chicks out here, they want to date a broke guy that they need to fix. Yeah. You see a nice girl on the train. You see a nice girl at the platform. You see a nice girl at your gym every single day or every couple days. You're not dating that girl. So by you not moving to her, in a week's time, you're still not dating that girl. So if you move to her today and she says no, you're still not dating that girl. You're still in the same position. Whatever action you take, even if it's a less favorable outcome, you're still in the same position in 2 weeks' time. So what's the difference? Now, obviously, there might be certain situations where you're like, I don't want to move to this girl because she might run and tell these people or something like that. That's different. But if it's a girl that you just see here and there, or you only see her one time, like this is gonna be the first and only time you're probably gonna see her, and that, but I don't fucking matter. Now, if it's a chick in your workplace and that might be a little bit different because you're like, you don't want to move to it just in case you might run and tell people some bullshit like that. Then yeah, or you might have a girl and then she might know her or something. That's different. But if this is just some chick that you've seen for the first time, or you kind of see here and there, but you don't know her from nowhere, you don't know anyone that knows her, you may as well move to her, because I guarantee you, you're still going to be in the same position in 2 weeks' time. You're not dating that girl. You're not dating that girl today, and you're not going to be dating that girl in a week or two's time if you don't move to her. And if you move to her and you get rejected, you're still not going to be dating that girl today, and you're still not going to be dating that girl in a week or two's time. So you're in the same position. You ain't got nothing to lose. See, this is the problem, we have, We have such an ego. Man, we have such an ego. I don't know what. I don't want to send the girl a DM and that. Blood. Whether you see a nice girl online, you don't want to send her a DM. More than likely, she's not going to send you a DM because she probably never even come across you. So if you don't send her a DM, you're not going to be able to set up a date with her in a week's time. And if you do set up a DM and she rejects you, then you're still not going to be able to set up a date in a week's time. So what's the difference? You're still in the same position. You have nothing to lose. Stop being risk averse, man. Make a move, blood. What if you improve between that time? Listen, girls don't mind a little, like I said, these chicks want to fix a man. So they don't mind a man that's not in a good position but is trying. Listen, that's you don't understand women, blood. I'm telling you, that's what women want. They want a guy that they can help fix. They want a guy that's trying. They don't. Let me tell you something. Women, for the most part, I truly believe they don't want a pre-assembled man. They want IKEA flat pack furniture. They want to assemble the man. They don't want a pre-assembled man. Promise you. Promise you. Someone said, I'm taking you in right now. One second, just catching up with the comments. How can a man say, Jay was, I've just handed back the Mercedes, I'm shaking with withdrawal symptoms. Oh my days. Nah, man, I'm not rising nobody, man. If you want to speak to me, listen, speak to me with your work ethic. Someone say, "Are you Jamaican?" Yeah, I'm Jamaican. Yeah, I'm 3/4 Jamaican and a quarter Antiguan. I need to start embracing my Antiguan side. Right, let me see something. Hold on. Right. Someone say, "Yo, Jays, if someone reports you and drops the case, but the feds already took my phone for investigation, am I calm or not?" I don't know. I don't know, because this is what I heard. Yeah, there's certain situations, certain cases, and that. Let's say, a man, his girl in the face. Yeah, If the chick makes a report to the police and they come and they nick the guy, if she wants to drop the case with other situations, yeah, if you rob somebody, yeah, and you report it to the police, yeah, and you decide to drop the case and that, for example, in those situations there, the police could be like, okay, fuck it, we'll leave it. But in certain cases, if a man, yeah, to his girl, even if the girl drops the case, blood, they can still prosecute you, you know. So you gotta be careful, fam. One sec, let me shut this door because that light from the kitchen was getting on my nerves. Right. Someone asked me a good question. Hold on one sec. Right. Just seen your video of you getting overcharged like £1 at Krispy Kreme. Was it that deep though? Blood, listen, they're not gonna charge me, yeah, extra £1 at Krispy Kreme and then say, oh, we're just gonna give you another donut. No, fucking refund my money, motherfucker. You're not gonna make me pay more. I don't know if it was £1, I think it was like £2. Son. You're not gonna make me pay more and then give me a donut. Why? Oh, because so I must pay for the fact that you're incompetent. I must pay extra because you can't be bothered to refund me my money. Now, fuck off, man. Fuck off, blood. So I must be overcharged and not get a refund back because it's gonna interrupt you working because you can't be bothered to do the refund. Fuck off, man. Fuck off, blood. Do I look like a dickhead, blood? I know somebody. I know somebody. They went into Tesco's. Okay? So they went into Tesco's, and let's say, for example, I don't know, they bought a packet of Monster Munch. Yeah? They bought a packet of Monster Munch previously from a previous shop. When they got to the checkout at Tesco's, they were paying for their stuff, and they bought a packet of Monster Munch from a previous shop and they put it in their basket. Now, when they've gone to the checkout, obviously there's someone doing the checkout, yeah. They happen to put the Monster Munch in their thing. So anyway, they put the stuff on the conveyor belt, yeah, and the person said, they scanned it and they said, oh, hold on, no, I bought that from a previous shop and that. And they said, like, really? They challenged them on it because the person working in the shop didn't believe them. They said, you know what, forget it, I'll just pay for it. So they paid for the thing that they paid for in another shop again. Why? Because they was afraid of a little bit of turbulence. Oh, God. No way. No way. See, I don't trust this person that keeps saying, rise me, rise me, rise me. There's one idiot it caught me off guard twice. Yeah. I don't trust him. You know what? If you want to if you want me to rise you up, yeah, go onto YouTube and I'll put you on YouTube. Go onto my YouTube because I'm streaming on YouTube right now, JYS TV, and I'll put you on. You have to show your face as well. If you don't do it, he's a chief. Man said, bro, this is the first time you met me. How do I get on YouTube? Type in YouTube on your phone. I said, let's spark up. I said, your yard looks like a warehouse. You need to step up. Why? Because I've got a motorbike in it. Do you? So a man tried to mock me, yeah, and say my yard looks like a warehouse. Do you have a house, or are you at your mom's house? You understand? Yeah. All right. What I'll do, yeah, is I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah. So go onto YouTube, go onto the live stream, and I'm putting the link in the chat right now. Only the person. Oh, that's him. That's him. That's him. All right. I think it's him anyway. The picture looks similar. Don't worry, I won't shout at you. I'll just talk normal, you know. Right. So you should be able to see the link. Click the link. Turn up the volume on this. You start. I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes. If not, then I'll let you go. Yeah. No smoking weed on camera as well. No name calling. So yeah, click the link. Let me see. Let me see if the link's actually clickable. Let me go onto YouTube myself. JWise TV. Yeah, so yeah, click the link. Yeah, I've entered my own studio. We got this Ash. Right, yeah. So I even post it again one more time. Obviously, I had to go into YouTube just to check that it's actually there because yeah. Right. Is it a cross plane? Yeah. So it's a big bang. Big bang. And man, it's hit 162 miles an hour so far. A man like the Wise, you know, JWise, you know. Yeah, come on, man. I would say, do you read the chat? Yeah, man, I read the chat. Right. So this guy said, bro, I've got a serious question. I'm 24 years old with 12.5K in savings. I'm looking to get an old car around 4 to 5 grand mark. Is that a silly decision? I wouldn't say it's silly in that.
Yo, JWise.
I wouldn't say it's silly in that, but just get a car for 2 grand.
Yo,
right, let me put the thing on. I wouldn't say it's... Oh shoot, one second. Yeah,
yo,
go on,
you
man.
see, man.
Yeah. Where are you? Like in a jail cell, fam?
Yo, JWise, you ugly brother. You're ugly.
Oh, it's him. Oh, man. Such a thing. Yeah. All right, stop. Stay on the camera. Stay on the camera. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. You're staying, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Be sensible. Be serious now, yeah? Because
I'm being
I
serious.
can't believe, you came from TikTok to come in here to say that, innit? Yeah. Just be sensible. Be serious. Just have a normal conversation.
All right, but JWise, though, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm 17. I make more money than you. I get more women than you. Everything. How do you feel?
Okay, how's that? You telling me that? Yeah. How is that affecting me?
I just want you to know that I'm above you in every single way.
Really? What about your parents though? What level are your parents at?
They're multi-millionaires.
If their son was if your parents were multi-millionaires, yeah, their son wouldn't be on camera with a balaclava on his face. I promise you.
I didn't mean to scare you, JWise. I know you're scared right now, but hey. But
what area are you from? What area are you from, big man?
Where area I'm from? I'm from Manchester. What?
But anyway, on a serious one, you got anything sensible to say? Seriously though. Because I can help you out.
I think I should help you out, JWise. Okay, tell me, right? How do you want to become rich like me?
Okay, what you doing? What you doing?
I do day trading.
Oh, come on, man. You see the thing with day trading, yeah? The reason why I don't like it is because it can't be easily replicated and easily taught to others. That's why you see that guy Gary Stevenson. This is the reason why, yeah. He says, you need a rich dad to become rich, because he has no blueprint, he has no formula, no step-by-step guide. I have a step-by-step guide. You're not going to get rich overnight, and it's not going to happen in 5 years. It's not going to happen
No,
overnight.
Jay Wise, unless you're me, you won't get rich. Unless you're like me, you won't get rich. So I think you should buy my course.
What's your course?
It's funny you asked that. Basically, right? We hope people like you, right? People that are pretty ugly like you, right? Like just become rich day traders. That's basically it.
I'm gonna let him go, yeah. What a joker! Right, kicked him out. Imagine that. I knew it was him. I knew it was him. He was too desperate to come on camera, you know. It's a shame, you know, that like there are people out here who they use their free time or any time to troll people. And like this ain't the first time this person's I've come across them. Yeah. That's how I had an inclination that it was them. They were so desperate to come on camera or jump on the live. I knew I bet it's that guy. I bet it's that guy. Fam, you got to use your time for something more productive than that. Like you're talking to a man who has come from nothing, and I know that guy is pretty much living in nothing, because that's why I asked him, yo, you in a jail cell, rude boy, yeah? So instead of chatting to a man who is a lot further ahead than him, 110%, you know, someone that, you know, his parents wouldn't mind him talking to, his parents wouldn't mind him to aspire to be like, and that, nah, you know what? I'm getting a little free 5-minute session. Instead of picking his brain and asking some intelligent questions that could actually help him, nah, let me just ask. Be stupid. Stupidness. And I said, bro's trying to fix the bike on us. Well, not really. The bike's always in here, you know? But I like having my bike in the house, like an ornament. I said, cool. A man called me a Malteser, you know. I never even heard him say that, you know. Yo, do you have a brother on here? Tattoos and tooth cap? Nah. I've got a little brother. I mean, he's bigger than me. He's 26. He's going to be 27. So yeah, my little brother is bigger than me. Yeah. But nah, he don't have no tooth caps. He don't do TikTok or nothing like that. Well, not like me anyway. My neighbor gossips to the other neighbor. Obviously, I used to live in the house next door, and obviously this house here was basically like a crime scene, yeah. And yeah, obviously I ran up on my neighbors and I beat them up in this house, and then I ended up buying this house like a year and a half later. But anyway, the old woman that lives next to my other house, yeah, she must have said to Nadia, oh, why are you still with him? Why is she still with me? See, they think that I'm a woman beater because I ran up in the neighbor's house and I beat up 3 of them. It's 2 man and 1 gal. I don't give a fuck, yeah? So they must have thought, she must have thought, oh, well, if he's willing to run into his neighbor's house and beat up 2 man and a gal, then, he must hit his girlfriend. Nah. Let me say something right now, yeah? I've never put my hands on Nadia before. I've got self-control. If I bang you in your face, I didn't lose my temper. Yeah, that was a logical, unemotional decision that I've made. Yeah, it wasn't because I lost my temper. Yeah, because as you know already, yeah, gal will push you to your limits and that. So, but yeah, you know, it was a 3-on-1. I won, they lost. But yeah, I never put my hands on no woman. No, I don't hit. I won't hit a girl that I'm dealing with. I just break up with them. That's it. But so this person is obviously taking the piss. Oh, you're so tough and that. Let me tell you something. Talk like a man, you will get dealt with like a man. Don't stand in the face of a man and think you can talk like a man but not get dealt with like a man. Because you wouldn't do this to a bear. You wouldn't do this to a tiger or a lion. I'm an animal, blood. Yeah, I know I might look civilized and that, but man's an animal. So yeah, don't talk like a man, then you won't get treated like a man. But you know what? You can't even blame the woman. Blame the man. Because at the end of the day, your chick should not be chatting shit to nobody. Yeah? Your chick should not be chatting shit to nobody. Do you know why? Because you should have your woman under control. Any woman that I have around me, she's under control. Well, I just won't have her around me. It's as simple as. Because your woman will get your ass whooped. The reason why they got their ass whooped is because of the woman. If she didn't run her mouth, nothing would have happened. Because basically what happened was I went next door and said, yo, keep the music down, whatever and that. She's come chatting shit, and I just ran up in the yard, just dealt with them, innit? Simple. If when men have their women under control, then it's gonna stop them from getting into problems and that. One time I was driving my car, and yeah, I was driving my car. I was approaching a roundabout, yeah, and there was a car coming from my right. Now, so it was a van coming from my right. So obviously they have way, yeah, they have priority and that. So it's coming from my right, but I almost jumped over the roundabout. I was nowhere near smashing into them, but they could see like I had to brake sharply because I wasn't even gonna give them way, but I stopped at the last second. This chick who's in the passenger seat is going like throwing up hand signs and like, yo, you don't know what man's on. You don't know what man's on. How do you not know I wouldn't have sped up to that van and then got out? The other day, this is how much of a loony I am. You lot don't know me, trust me. The other day, yeah, I'm driving back to Edmonton. Yeah. So it's Friday. I'm going back to Edmonton. And I'm in the middle lane. There's 3 lanes on the motorway. Yeah. This is all allegedly. Yeah. I was well, not drinking, but yeah, this is all in my dream. This is all in my head. I have hallucinations. I'm schizophrenic. Yeah. I'm driving towards Edmonton allegedly with schizophrenia. There's a left lane, middle lane, and a right lane. Now, I'm in the middle lane, allegedly, and I was not using my mobile phone. You understand? I was not using my mobile phone. So I'm driving in the middle lane now, and I think my car started to veer over to the right a little bit. Yeah. All I heard was beep, beep, beep. It's a Range Rover in the right-hand lane. So obviously, as you know already, Range Rovers, they sit high. Yeah, it was a sport one. It wasn't no Evoque. It was a sport Range Rover, allegedly. So it sits high. Obviously, I'm in my Ferrari, so I'm sitting low. Now I'm just in the Astra, 2010, brand new. So I'm driving now, beep, 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 beep. I wasn't on my phone, but the passenger, yeah, of the car was a chick. There was a guy driving. She's filming me. Like it's dark at night time. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. She's filming me. I can see her flash on her phone on. She's filming me while I did not have my phone in my hand. You understand? So I'm like, what the fuck? So anyway, so as obviously they're going past me and that, she's turning the camera around like she's trying to get my face or get my registration plate, allegedly. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck, blood? So I'm like, yo, imagine, yeah, like, yo, they try and sending the footage of me not using my phone whilst I'm driving. So I'm like, fuck. So anyway, like listen, some mad force coming into my head. I was thinking, yo, ran their car off the road, you know. Anyway, so they bombed it down. So they kept it moving. So this house is raining, yeah. So it starts chucking it down with rain now. So they've got ahead now. Obviously, get me? They've got ahead now. So now there's a lot of cars in front. I was thinking to just follow them. I don't know where they're going. I'm thinking they'll probably cut off at Luton or somewhere. Like these times, man, I've gone past Milton Keynes. I'm heading towards Edmonton. I think they're probably going to cut off at Luton. Bro, I was thinking to follow them, you know. I thought, you know what? I could turn this stupid little situation into something mad, you know, like end up getting 3-4 years, you know, over a stupid little situation. Obviously, I was not using my phone and they was filming me not using my phone. But if I follow them and do something mad, I can end up going in prison for 2-3 years over something dumb. So anyway, boom. So driving now. And you know, 15 minutes has gone by. I'm still thinking about them, you know. 15 minutes has gone by. And yeah, I caught up to them. Now, the traffic started slowing down. You know, like when it says 40 on the road, on the motorway, it says 40. I flagged them down. Yo, I flagged them down. I stopped them on the motorway. The cars had stopped on the motorway, allegedly, in my dreams. I got schizophrenia and hallucinations. They wound up. I told them, wind down your window, wind down your window. I was like, bro, who the fuck you? I was like, blood, don't do that. You know, you don't know who the fuck's in this car, blood. I could be a maniac with nothing to lose. What are you doing? Anyway, let them have it. The point I'm trying to make is, yeah, if that guy, because the thing is, the way I was talking was mad. If he has any ego like me, he would have went home with a bruised ego. Because if a man's the way I was talking, mad, are you fucking mad? Yeah, talking out the side of my neck and that. He would have went home with a bruised ego that day. If he had more of an ego, he would have wanted to hop out. Now imagine him getting into beef, yeah, over something stupid that his girl's doing. If you see someone not using their mobile phone whilst they're driving, just beat them to make sure they pay attention and just keep it moving. Why do you feel like you need to film this person? So now because of your chick's dumb actions, because you don't listen, even if she's in the right for doing what she's doing and that, you don't know how I'm going to react. You don't know who I am. I might have nothing to lose, or I might be a maniac. So now you're gonna get into beef because your chick is taking it upon herself to film somebody who's not using their mobile phone whilst driving. These are the dumb madnesses your girl will get you into when you don't have her tamed. Yeah. When you have your girl tamed, she don't do dumb stuff. Yeah, she'll think twice about doing stupid stuff. Yeah. Fucking stupid. Imagine him getting into beef. Because it doesn't matter whether they're in the right or not. This person in the car might be a raving lunatic. This person in the car might have been really having a bad day. Yeah. So it don't matter who's in the right or wrong. Me, you don't provoke nobody. Damn fool, blood. Now, obviously, nothing came of it because obviously I was not using my mobile phone and that. But yeah, man, chicks just be doing dumb stuff. Like I say, like with the van, the girl in the passenger. Bro, just shut up and be a passenger. You're acting like I nearly smashed into them. She's moving like my car was inches away from them. Come on, man. Dumb blood. Stupid people. There've been other situations. I'm trying to think. No way. This person said, I'm in corporate law. Saw someone play your vids in the office today. Haha, keep it up, mate. No way. No way. No way. Man said heady half, you know. Man trying to say I look like heady one a little bit. But you know what? I'm not surprised, man. Everybody, listen, everybody knows my face. Whether you like me or not, whether you follow or not, whether you subscribe or not. Don't matter about your opinion on me. Everybody knows my face. You ask any of these content creators in the UK, they will know who I am. They might not like me. They might think my content is shit, but they know who I am. They know who I am. You know why? Because I put in the work. There's probably 3,000 videos plus on TikTok in circulation right now. Yeah, doing a hurricane tornado in the ethers of social media cyberspace because of the work that I put in. Then yeah, I'll see. Listen, there's times that, like, what happened? The last time I went down to Edmonton, obviously I was technically in Tottenham. I'm sitting in my car waiting to get my my haircut. Some random youths walk past. He's done a double take. He's like, yo, like wind down the window. He's like, yo, I watch your videos. I'm like, yeah, respect. Yeah. See people all the time. People see me all the time. And those are the people that bother to say anything. Some people don't say nothing. One time I was walking through Edmund Green, I remember there was one light-skinned youth with like long plaits. I'm walking, and I'm walking, I see one youth. So I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, he looked away, and then he looked back like he done like a, but he didn't say nothing. I reckon like, I think he knows who I am. It was like he done a double take, like, oh. I had to shout at the neighbor for leaf blowing. Also, my neighbors tried to stop a HMO. What do you mean leaf blowing? What does that mean? Yeah, do you know why neighbors want to stop HMOs? Because they're worried about the parking. Bro, I can't stand when people wanna argue over parking. It's so fucking it's so pathetic, man. Press 1 in the chat if you've got some dumb neighbor on your road who wants to be possessive over some stupid parking space that's outside the front of their house. There's always one idiot, always one jackass. Now, there's no one along here right now, but there was one family that lived like 3 doors down, and obviously I used to park there and that, and I could tell that they would park a little bit too close. And then one time the woman tried to come knock my door, yeah, about, oh yeah, can you ask your girl, this was years ago, can you ask your girlfriend to just move over a little bit because she's taking up a little bit too much space and my husband won't be able to park his car when he comes back from work. So I said, all right, then I told her, yeah, move your car back, park where they usually park, yeah, just to get on their fucking, I don't even know why this idiot's coming to knock my door. I said, move your car back where they usually park. Cool. So anyway, I'm looking out the window. 30 minutes has gone by. The guy ain't turned up. A couple hours gone by. The guy ain't turned up. The guy came back at like 5 in the morning because he does a night shift. I went knocking at the door the next day, 8 in the morning. I was like, yo, don't knock my door again about no parking spaces. I thought you was knocking my door because he was around the corner. Don't be knocking my door because he's coming back at 5 in the morning. Like to say some random person could come and take that spot. Idiot. Idiot neighbors, blood. I went to a road today where people, they put cones out on the road, yeah, to try and like allocate parking spaces. And I've been to this road before. I only go there once in a while. Put it this way, the last time I went there was like at the beginning of this year, or if not last year. And yeah, the people are still putting the cones outside the front of their house to try and allocate parking spaces, yeah. So I knocked on this woman's door and I said to her, why are people still putting like cones out here and that? Like, why are you neighbors putting up with this nonsense? I'm telling you something right now. Yeah, if my neighbors try to put cones outside the front of their house, and I need to park my car, bro, I will pick that cone up and throw it at their door. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna fight? Yeah, you ain't gonna fight. What are you gonna do about it? You think I would ever do that? I mean, I'm a man. I can get away with being a bully. Yeah, putting cones outside and shit. I would never do that nonsense. No, I'll never do that. Me, I'm not fighting over no parking spaces or nothing like that. And me, I can chuck my weight around. I ain't a big person. I'm only 5'9", but yeah, I'm a problematic person in real life. You know what I mean? You just ask my neighbors and that. They will know. They know. But yeah, I would never be doing that, trying to claim parking spaces. Stupidness, man. Stupidness. If I want to get into beef with people over fucking parking space. So anyway, the woman said that basically the council came around with like a big van and they were taking the cones and putting them in their van. Yeah, confiscate them. And then apparently the neighbors had the cheek to come out and argue with the people. Why are you taking the cone? Yo, you cannot be reserving parking spaces. Like, obviously, once in a while for a special reason. That's different. I'm talking about like, yo, you think you can? Nah. Any of my neighbors do that when I'm a fucking problem. And like, if they want to go and start this, you know, like smashing people's cars, yo, well, obviously I'm gonna know who done it because I know whose parking space that is. So if you want to start those wars there, trust me, I'll put so much pressure on you. You'll be sitting there on tilt. You'll be on tilt. You don't even know when a brick's gonna come through your window. Yeah. Some people just, bro, just behave yourself. You're not ready for war. That's why I can't stand civilians. Like, obviously, I'm a civilian now, innit? But what I'm saying is, like, these civilians, yeah, they will start drama, and the drama will get a bit too heavy and intense for them. And then they will start calling the police. But these will be the same idiots here that will say, "Don't snitch, stop snitching," and that. Like they're really on something. The civilians, they think they're more OJ. They think they're badder than the actual GMs, you know. So this person said, as a lazy person, how do I stay motivated? Don't you want to have a big, massive mansion? Don't you want to have and drive a Ferrari? Don't you want to see 200 grand in your bank account? If that's not motivation enough for you to get off your ass and make something of yourself, then I can't help you. Do you want to struggle for bills? Do you want to be, don't put on the gas, don't put on the heating, turn that light off. Be at the petrol station. Don't let it go over the £20 mark as you're filling up your tank for your 1 litre Nissan Micra. Family, like, there's such a great life that you could be living. How is that not motivation enough for you to want to get off your ass and do some work? I hate to say it, but I think sometimes some people just cannot be helped. I mean, really and truly, no one can be helped unless they help themselves. I done a mentoring session yesterday. That's why I was saying, like, big him up. He said, yo, man, you need to be charging £100 for these mentoring sessions. I was like, yeah, I might have to start charging £100 and that. He was saying, yeah, I might book another mentoring session. But you don't need to book no mentoring session again. He said, why? I said, because at the end of the day, yeah, what I've told you today, you need to hold yourself accountable. I said to him, your parents love you. Your parents want you to be somewhat successful. Your parents, they want you to have a nice little BMW or Mercedes. They want you to get married and have 2.4 children and live in a semi-detached or if not a detached house in a nice area with nice neighbors. They want you to earn 60, 70, 80 grand a year. But other than that, and that's not big. That's not big. But other than that, they don't care. They're not driven. They're not determined to get you a Ferrari. They're not driven and determined for you to get a big mansion. The fuck, blood? Like, it's down to you. This is why, yeah, like, I have the mentality that I have, yeah, and I just take no prisoners. I don't want to hear about, oh, how people are struggling or how people are broke. Because when you guys were sitting in your yard, relaxing or chatting shit with your friends at some stupid barbecue or function and that, I was working. When you lot would finish your 9 to 5 and get on the train and go home, be like, right, I'm going to watch this Netflix series or I'm going to talk to this person on the phone for 3 hours, I was still at the infamous Holborn job till 9, 10 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock at night. When you lot was winding down, yeah? When I say you lot, I'm not, well, maybe some of you watching this right now, but when I say you lot, I'm just me, like, you know, the general population and that. When people were winding down at 9 o'clock, right? Start putting on the PJ, start snuggling up to bed, right? Put the TV on for an hour just to fall asleep and, you know, hopefully standby mode kicks in within an hour and a half and that. I was still at work. So I don't want to hear, oh, I'm struggling for bills or I'm not interested because I did it. But I'll do it again. Like I said, you know, when I was doing the Saturdays and that this time last year, I would be in Wagamamas and that amongst everybody else. But we're there for different reasons. See, they were in Wagamamas because they're just there because it's just something to do. Bored on a Saturday. Come on, Kelly. Come on, Jack. Let's go Wagamamas and that. I went Wagamamas because I'm eating my dinner, basically, or a very late lunch at 5 p.m. because I've just done a whole day's work and earned, what, £400-500 for that day. I'm saying we're all sitting in Wagamama's together, but I'm telling you, we're in the same location at the same time, but our future is going to be different. That is the realest truth. Me in the last, year and a half or whatever, at some, last 18 months, I bought 3 properties. It's not a coincidence. So a man said, it don't matter if you've got 6 properties, you're still living the same life as us. Really? Really? I don't think so. And let's say, yeah, I'm living the same life as you right now. Let's say you was the same age as me right now. Let's say I got 6 properties, you got 0. In 20 years' time, I could sell all my properties and be sitting on 2.5 million because my property portfolio right now is 1 million. So if they go, when they do go up in value, inevitably, I've calculated it should be worth about 2.5 million altogether. Yeah, today we're in the same position as per what you believe, but in 20 years' time, we're not. In 20 years' time, when I'm 50 or whatever, and that ain't a long time, It seems like a long time, but trust me, it's not. Ask anybody who's 60 years old, ask them between 30 and 20, well, they'll say it went by like that. Do you know why you think you're in the same position as me right now? It's because you don't have no forward thinking. You don't think about the future. See, you see an apple seed and you plant apple seed and don't realize, yo, in a few years' time, that'll be a massive tree. You just see, oh, it's not growing. Told you already, I used to watch Les Brown and Steve Harvey and that. And one of Les Brown's speeches, motivational speech, was talking about the bamboo tree in Japan. You have to water and nurture the ground, the earth that you've planted the bamboo tree bulb or seed in or whatever, and you don't see nothing sprout out for 4 years. And in the last 5th year, within a month of the last 5th year or something like that, it shoots up like 6 foot high or something mad like that. The point of the story is you're not going to see results straight away. I know, man, that I don't speak to anymore. They thought that he thought that me and him was in the same position 5 years ago. Yeah, Jay's just got 1 property. I've got this council house and that. 5 years later, yeah, Jay just got 6 properties. I'm in this council house. What the fuck has happened, blood? Yeah. You know why? It's because every day I get up and I show up. Yeah. And I say, why is there a motorbike in the living room? Nah, it's actually the dining room. You know why I have a motorbike in the dining room? Because I have an abundance of space. Obviously, this person just wants a reaction out of me, but it's cool because obviously these videos are going on TikTok. So the guys are, bro, okay, you're not a millionaire yet. No self-made millionaire woke up one day and was just a millionaire. No self-made millionaire started off as a millionaire at 14, 15, 16 years old. You have to build it up, you know what I mean? But obviously a man don't understand that because obviously, he just expects overnight quick results. There's individuals laughing, but you ain't going to be laughing in 15, 20 years' time when you're struggling, man. Right, so this person said, my neighbor does swinging clubs. That's mad. I'm not getting these comments. What? You're number one. All right, so he hasn't said you're number one fan. Most people don't have £1,000 in savings. That's nuts. Right, this is a good little one here, yeah? So this person said, hey, man, I heard making good friends is all about your hobbies. Not sure how true it is, Like start doing good hobbies like hiking and you'll meet good people. You got to design your life apparently. You don't have time to be fucking going hiking. What? Bro, why don't you do what I do and make TikTok content and make some friends online then? Yo, you're not rich to be wasting time climbing up mountains and that. I mean, you know what? Yeah, if you find that stuff fun, then all right, do it. Because I ride a motorbike and that's not productive, but I enjoy doing it. Obviously, you gotta have some fun somehow, innit? Yeah. But yo, if you ain't yeah, if you ain't making no serious progress, if you ain't even at half the level you want to get to, like you ain't got time to be climbing no climb the mountain of success, motherfucker. Talking about hiking, Unbelievable. There's people right now, yeah, who are broke, talking about they want to go traveling around Thailand for 2 years. Bro, you need a slap, lad. You ain't got time to be traveling around all these different countries for 2 years. See, the reason why they want to go traveling and go to these different countries for 2 years is because they don't want to have to work on themselves. You see, when you're on holiday, you get to hide away from your problems. Whereas when you're in the UK or whether you're from America and that, you got to deal with your problems. They want to run away and hide from their problems. Why do you think people say, "Oh, I just need a holiday"? They just need a holiday because their life is shit. What do you think of DPD delivery drivers? I mean, I wouldn't want my son to be a delivery driver. Yo, bro, how do I find an employer based in West London? I got an offer for apprenticeship. How do I find an employer? Go on the NICEIC website and search, what you call it, electricians in your local area in West London, and just phone them up and ask if they've got any apprenticeship opportunities. Someone said, "What bike have you got?" I got R1. I know what R6 as well. The R6 ain't here, it's in Edmonton. A man said, "Broski, 2.5 million in 20 years' time won't be worth as much as you think, bro, with inflation." Yeah, but it's more than how much your mum and dad's got right now, though. That's the thing. I've had a number of people laugh like, "Oh, you're gonna wait 20 years to be a millionaire or whatever and that." Blood, your mum and dad is 45 to 55 years old and they're not millionaires. So what the fuck are you talking about, fam? Your grandparents are 60 and 70 years old and they're not millionaires. What are you talking about? Remember, I know you look up to man like, "Yo, JY is the king." I'm not the same age as your mum and dad. I'm not, I'm 33. I'm not 45. I'm not 52. I'm not 61. Yeah. Man, I'm up to, oh, 20 years to become a millionaire. But your mum and dad are 50 years old and they're not a millionaire. And your grandparents are 60 and 70 years old, they're not a millionaire. So go laugh at them. Yeah. Because they ain't got nothing in their trajectory. Fumbled that one. Trajectory. Fumbled that one again. That's going to allow them to be a millionaire. You see this, yeah? It says it's a, my man says, so this Wowzer person, whatever his name is, said cooked, bro. See, that's how you know man's getting old, yeah? Because I swear cooked or let him cook or whatever, and I swear it has two definitions. It can be positive and it can be negative. Am I cooked or I'm cooking? What the fuck does it mean, blood? Yeah? He said it means you're finished. I mean, I don't feel like he means it that way because I'm seeing Bear double tapping, liking the live and that. Hopeless. Saying it means hopeless. What's your opinion on fake friends? Get rid of them. They will get you pitched, blood. Fake friends will throw you under the bus. Fake friends, they will talk about you in a certain way in front of, well, talk to you a certain way and then be talking about you in a completely different way behind your back. How to know someone is a fake friend or is not a good friend? How do they talk about their other friends? If you've got a friend right now who they chat shit about one of their friends behind their back, say your name is John and you got a friend called Paul. If Paul and you, who's John, yeah, are talking and he's like, oh, that Alan idiot, whatever, and that, yo, what do you think he's gonna say about you, John? Because the thing is, the maddest thing is, Alan, who's getting talked about behind his back by by Paul, sorry, he ain't gonna think this Alan guy that's getting spoken about. He's, oh no, he would never say that about me behind my back. Yeah, okay. Nah, man, you gotta be careful with these fake friends and fake family members and that. The thing is, yeah, how to know, yeah, like someone's a bit like not fake, but I'll find a good word to describe it. But I'll just say people are weird. Put it this way: people are weird. I got family members. There's people that I know. I know they watch my content. I just know. And I've spoken to them over the last 7 years of me doing content on YouTube and the last 2 years of TikTok. They've never mentioned the fact that I've got social media. Why is that? Why would you not mention it? Like, I don't know, like, you know, like you have all these conversations that they could mention, oh yeah, I know you do this, or I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? You're like, you're not probably thinking, what's he on about now? But like, there's certain people that are, well, to be fair, I ain't spoke to this person for about a year, but I spoke to him for like the last 5 years, and they never mentioned that, oh yeah, you know, you do social media and shit like that. Or if I've mentioned it, they've just like changed the subject and that. Don't you find that a bit weird? Like if I talk about my social media and that, the people that will change the subject, it's like, well, you got a problem with the fact that I do social media. Saying that people are a bit weird, blood. But you know what? Big up my little cousin Ethan. Obviously, I was doing a live streams last week on this account. Got a DM from someone. Obviously, he doesn't have his face up. He's got a picture of someone else up. It was like, yo, cuz or whatever in it. It's such and such. Yeah. He said, oh, it's such and such. Your mum's nephew. I can't remember what this person said. So I'm thinking, because they said my mum's name. Yeah. So I'm like, well, if people have read my book, they know my mum's name. So I'm like, what's your mum's name? Because nobody, even if you read my book 10 times, nobody knows my auntie's name. And nobody knows his mom's name. So I was like, what's your mom's name? And he said his mom's name. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Boom. Chat to you. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yo, you don't even need to like my content. But yo, if you see me on TikTok and that, because I think he was leaving a couple comments in the comment section or something, hit man up. Just, yo, I watch your videos. He might not even really like it or whatever. And that, but yo, just let me know you're watching, innit? Is there a problem if you let me know that you're watching my thing? Come on, man. But one thing you don't need to, you should really read into this. One thing you should read into is if you've got friends and family members that unfollow you, yo, that is a fucking sign. Why are they unfollowing you? There's a reason for everything. Nobody just, especially, yeah, if you're the sort of person you don't post that much. Like, I can understand like someone unfollowing you because you're posting every single day. Every time they're on their feed, it's just you. But if you're just posting here and there, like once a month or something, if someone unfollows you, there's a reason behind the reason why they unfollowed you. You got to look into it. I don't know what the fucking reason is, but if someone unfollows you, it's for a reason. question everything. I don't let anything go over my head. I question everything. Why this is individual. I remember one time, yeah, I must have been dropping Nadia to West London. So these times I'm going to Edmonton. Nadia is going to West London to go and stay at an Airbnb with one of her friends, yeah? So I dropped Nadia at this Airbnb, and me and her went up there. I left her there on her own. So afterwards, like a couple hours later, she said, "Oh yeah, my friend has arrived. Cool, whatever anymore." So she said, "Yeah, I'm with my friend, whatever, in it, cool." So when I picked her up from the Airbnb a couple days later, when I was leaving Edmonton to come back to Northampton, obviously I went to West London to go and pick her up. And I said to myself, when I drive to where this Airbnb is, obviously the Airbnb is like a building that they've converted into a bunch of Airbnbs. Yeah, it was nice inside. Yeah, obviously I'm waiting downstairs. There's a security door and all that bullshit. So I'm waiting downstairs. I said to myself, when I pull up and I'm waiting downstairs, if her friend doesn't come downstairs to greet me, because the last time I saw her was like 3-4 years ago or something like that. If her friend doesn't come downstairs to greet me, her friend's got a problem. What the problem is, I mean, I think I know what the problem is, but it doesn't matter. The friend has got a problem. Anyway, pulled up outside, waited downstairs, for her to say I'm downstairs. She's like, I'm coming. Came downstairs on her own. Friend did not come to greet me. Just knew it, knew it, knew it, knew it, knew it. Her friend didn't come downstairs because she had a problem with me. Unless she wasn't really with that friend. Maybe she was with a guy. You never know. Yeah. But yeah, I just knew it. You know, her friend didn't come downstairs because the friend's got a problem with me. That's it. Read into everything. There's a reason for everything. So we all got problems with someone, bro. Hey, this is the person who said that you called the police on me. Why? A star 190 and 1990. Come on. What do you think of these new generation? What do you think of these new generation of rappers, bro? You don't need to reach fucking time properly, man. Yeah, I mean, they're all right. You know what I mean? Was she socially awkward? Nah. She ain't socially awkward. She ain't socially awkward. She just don't like me. Do you think AI will steal your job? Nah. AI won't steal my job as an electrical tester, but I don't care if in years to come AI will steal my job. Do you know why? Because I'm currently making investments in that so that one day I don't need to work. So that one day there's no job to steal. I was doing a mentoring session yesterday and I was saying to the youth, yo, he wants to upskill himself. He's already an electrical tester. He wants to upskill himself and do another course. And I'm like, okay, just limit yourself to one extra course because ultimately you need to think about making ways to make money so that you don't have to get up and trade time for money. You're never going to get rich really and truly trading time for money. The way to financial freedom is to not have to get up and put in hours to get X amount of wages or salary. You want to invest your money into something that's going to bring you back a return. So, like I mentioned to him, there's so many guys trying to be the best electrician, trying to be the best electrician. I don't give a fuck about being a best electrician. I just want to be a good electrician. Just a little bit above average as an electrician, that's good enough. I don't give a fuck. Those guys, yeah, that are focused on being the best electrician, guess what you're always going to be? Just an electrician. dumb. Focus on the wrong thing. Right. South London Drills. I'm gonna read this comment. Stay with me, South London Drills. What do you think is the most dangerous years in secondary school for you? And then he's gone on to say, why do most people life go down after year 9 and year 10? I mean, it's not because, oh, they're in year 9 or year 10. A long enough time has passed and they're just going to walk down the path of failure, just like most people. So it's not, oh, because they've turned 14 because they're in year 9, or because they turned 15 because they're in year 10, and that's why their life has gone downhill. Yo, enough time has lapsed for them to start failing. That's it. Because no baby was born a loser. No baby, apart from people who come from rich families and that, no baby was born a millionaire. Losers are created and winners are created. Yeah. People will evolve into a loser, people will evolve into a millionaire. So it's got nothing to do with, oh, year 9 or year 10. No, enough time has lapsed. Give it enough time. Like, there's certain people, you know, they have an addiction and that. There's certain people, they make me laugh. Oh yeah, I quit smoking. I'm 15 days in, I've quit. Bro, you ain't quit smoking if you're at 15 mark, day number 15. What are you talking about? You haven't quit smoking. You just haven't done it for 15 days. You've quit smoking when in 6 months' time, you can look back and say, oh, I haven't smoked for 6 months. You ain't quit smoking if you haven't smoked for 15 days. Yeah. The fact that there's certain people counting how many days as well, yo, that's a problem. That's a serious problem. That's why I don't do all of this nonsense. New Year's resolution. What's the date today? Oh, it's the 9th. I thought it was the 10th. Okay. On today's date, on the electrical stickers that we put on the fuse box, I was putting the 10th. I didn't even realize it was the 9th. Yeah, so it's the 9th today. You know, we got what? 22 more days left of this year and that. You know, some people will be talking about, New Year's resolution. What for? Start your New Year's resolution today. Why are you waiting until the 31st or the 1st of January? You see all of this, I'm going to have my last drink on New Year's Eve and then I'm quitting drinking in the new year. They will be back on the drink within 2 months. From time you need to have a one last drink, nah, you ain't in the right frame of mind. And let's say, for example, someone drinks once every 3 days, yeah? So let's say, for example, yeah, it's Tuesday today. The last time they had a drink was on Sunday. And the next time they was going to plan to have a drink, you know, Friday or something like that. If they say to themselves, right, I'm going to make my last drink on Friday or Sunday, then I'm going to quit. No, your last drink was last Sunday or last Monday. Don't have that one extra last drink because you're just going to end up relapsing. I promise you. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, this packet of cigarettes, I'm just going to smoke the rest of the cigarettes and then that's it. Nah, even if there's 25 cigarettes and a half left in that box, throw it away or give it to somebody. That's the real quitters. Think about it. Think about it. People who quit, they quit halfway through. Think about it. People who have quit anything, quit a video game, you know my thoughts on video games, just an example. Quit a video game, quit an exam. I've heard about people getting up and walking out of exams. I'll talk about that afterwards. People who have quit anything, businesses, people who have quit anything, they quit halfway through. You don't complete and then quit at the end. That don't even make any sense. How are you going to complete this week drinking and then quit at the end? If you truly quit, you quit halfway or whatever stage you're at. So you ain't even truly quitting, because the real quitters, yeah, not glorifying them, the real quitters, they quit halfway through. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a boxing fight. Yeah, quit. Have you ever seen a boxer quit a fight? Or have you ever seen an MMA fighter tap out at the end of the last round, at the end when they rang the bell? No, how can you quit halfway through? It doesn't even make no how can you quit at the end? Doesn't even make no sense. So you can only quit when you're halfway through. So let's say, you're halfway through the week of drinking or smoking things that you shouldn't be smoking. That's the only way you can quit. You can't quit smoking. Oh, let me have my last cigarette on Sunday, or I have my last drink on Sunday. That's not quitting, because you're actually completing. See, man bought a new vape, binned it in 10 minutes later, I haven't smoked it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't think, right, I don't know how the vapes work. I don't know. It's like a little canister or whatever. Let me just finish this vape and then I'll throw it in the bin. Nah, I don't like it. 10 minutes later, fuck it. Dash it in the bin. Yeah. Yeah. You can't quit at the end. You can only quit in the halfway through. So the fact that you're trying to complete whatever vice you want to give up, I'm going to complete at the end of this week, or I'm going to start at the beginning of next week, or I'm going to finish this last packet of cigarette, or this last drink, I'm just going to finish it and that's it. No, you haven't quit. Because people who quit at the 60% mark, at the 40% mark, at the 80% mark. They don't quit at the 100% mark. They don't quit at the end. Nobody has ever quit a fight at the end. Doesn't make any sense. You didn't quit. You just lost. Yeah? Dropping some gems on this live stream tonight. Yeah, these are all off the top of my head. Yeah, literally, this is the first time I've ever spoke about that, like people quitting halfway through. And I'm saying the definition of quitting means you do it halfway through or some percentage through. You don't quit at the end. So you didn't quit, you just lost. Yeah. Do you drink? Nope. Never drank alcohol. Never smoked. Ever. Not any of that business. The only thing that I indulge in that ain't good is, junk food. Chicken and chips. Sweets and whatnot. To be fair, yeah, I don't drink like fizzy drinks throughout the day. I will just at night time, my little poison, my little spider venom, yeah, is I'll drink a fizzy drink before I go to bed. Not every single night, but be 3 or 4 nights out of the week. That's my little poison. Yeah, my little spider venom, yeah, rattlesnake venom. What phone do you have? S25 Ultra. And behind you lot, I've got 2 S9s. The batteries are dead. So. Actually, let me see if there's any battery life. I'll put a live stream on. Right, so a man said, Jay Wise, talk about this bad boy thing. What do you want me to speak on? Someone said, why is the bike inside? Because I don't want it getting wet outside. Plus, it's an R1. People will probably try and steal it or something like that. Oh, talking about the uni bad boys. Oh, yeah, man, it's an idiot thing. Yo, go to university to learn. Why are you going to uni to do the bad boy thing for? Like, obviously, I get it. Some people are trying to hustle in uni. That's one thing. But, yo, you're trying to go to uni, walk around like you're a G? Yo, there's a youth that lives on man's estate. Not here, obviously, Edmonton and that. Quiet youth, good youth. Like, nobody knows him on the ends. People just know him through school because a man was never on the ends. He'll be the sort of youth, yeah, that, like, let's say my DA brothers will stop, like, yo, where you from? Like, oh, I know Jelani. You probably call out my name. I know him. He lives on my estate or whatever and that. One of them youths there. Nobody knows him, yeah? Yo, this youth was a good youth. Good youth, yeah? Boom. What happened? Yeah, he disappeared for a couple of years, obviously gone uni and that, innit? So I didn't see him. Plus, obviously, man's working, so I don't see nobody. And then, like, one day, I see him walking on my estate, like, going to his yard or whatever and that. And my man's like, walking like he's a rude boy. I'm like, raw. Is this what happens when you go uni? Like, now you're a bad boy. Like, yo, you had the opportunity to do up the road and make a name for yourself in Edmonton. You could have fought in the Edmonton v Tottenham or the Edmonton v Enfield war if you so choose. Yeah, you had the opportunity to, but you did. So hold on, you decided to avoid the war between Edmonton and Tottenham or the war between Edmonton and Enfield. But when you go to uni, yeah, it's kind of soft around here. I'm far outside of London. I'm at that stupid De Montfort University. Now it's time to be a rude boy. Like, I really want to know how it even came about. How do you go to uni and start acting like you're a bad boy? Like, you know, let me try and make sense of this. So maybe a man's from Edmonton and a man goes to like De Montfort Uni or something like that. It has to be far away. It can't be a London uni. It has to be a far away uni outside of London. So what? A man starts meeting other youths from outside of London and 1-2 youths from London. And obviously, they're from London, but they're not from Edmonton, these other youths. But the Edmonton youth, what happens? Like, what? Does he tell a man, oh yeah, I'm from London? They say, where in London? I'm from North London. I'm from Edmonton. Right, Edmonton. Rah, 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 rah. You're from Edmonton, yeah? Yeah, I heard Edmonton is, you get me, the jungle. Shanktown, innit? Yeah, Shank stars and that. Yo, I heard Edmonton is wild. The area's coming like GTA and that. And I'm like, yeah, Edmonton was wild still. But you know, a man never got touched, you know. And next thing you know, yeah, like a man might say, yo, what? Do you know who Tion Wayne is? Yeah, man, know who Tion Wayne is, but I never even fucking walked down the same road as Tion Wayne before. Next thing you know, a man might start bopping, you know, like, because certain man might gas him out, like, yo, man, Edmonton, I heard, like, don't slip. It's not a walkthrough. Like, but man used to walk through there all the time. But that's how it probably happened, you know. A man just got gassed because he's from that area, never put in no work on nobody, but because he's from that area and he's moved to another area where there's no one that can verify him, now he's a rude boy. That's probably how it happens. That's probably how it happens. A man will be from one area, move far away, go to a next area. There's no one in this new catchment area to verify who they are, but because they talk a certain way, other people think, well, yeah, you kind of talk like them. Yeah, you must be one of them. Yeah, rude boy. Fucking jolting, bro. Fucking jolting. If I can't get a job, what's the move? There's no way you can't not get a job. Yeah. Oh, come on. Like, this ain't even a question. A man said Rids. Yeah, so a man called Rids said, do you think Edmonton was more wild than Peckham back then? No way. No way, man. Edmonton, we ain't got nothing on Peckham. Listen, there's levels in this world, yeah? Like Edmonton, Tottenham, I'm talking about my day, yeah? Edmonton, Tottenham, pretty much the same level. Tottenham was more ghetto than Tottenham, yeah? So Tottenham was more ghetto than Edmonton back in the day, yeah? Tottenham probably a little bit more aggressive as an area, yeah? Compared to Edmonton. So I'll say Tottenham is a little bit more aggressive than Edmonton, yeah? Hackney was on another level. I know Hackney was on another level because I've heard Tottenham, man, in podcasts say, yo, we never wanted to go Hackney. Hackney touches borders with Tottenham. Yeah, Stamford Hill, Springfields. Springfields is right next to N15. Springfields is 2-minute drive away from Craven Park Estate in N15. If you lot went to Gladesmore, any of you lot went to Gladesmore School on Crowland Road in N15 near South Tottenham Station and that, yo, you will know Stamford Hill, fucking Springfield is 2-minute drive up the road. So, but Hackney was a different level of aggression, yeah. So Edmonton, Tottenham, a little bit, yeah, but Hackney was on another level. Peckham and Brixton, another level. Peckham and Brixton, another level of aggression. Yeah? It was like comparing, I don't know, cheetahs to lions and tigers. Yeah. Like I've said to you lot before, the worst job on planet Earth, or in London at least, would be a bus driver in Hackney.
because the whole borough's fucked. Imagine being a bus driver in Hackney. So you got to deal with the school kids who are lunatics. Listen, Edmonton youths, we were bad. Yo, I've been on a bus. Someone's let off a firework on the bus. Man, I've been fighting on the bus. This is school kids I'm talking about. Fighting on the bus. Man being splashed on the bus. You know what I mean? Yeah. People used to lift up the back of the bus when it was at the bus stop. Yeah. And switch off the bus from the back. Youths will be pressing the emergency bus button and jumping off the bus while the bus is moving, fam. That's just in Edmonton. Imagine what them Hackney youths were like. So if you was a bus driver in Hackney, yo, you got to deal with the school kids that were just probably lunatics. I even heard someone was on the bus busting shots off of the bus at somebody. I heard that. It has to be true. Even if that story is a lie, I know that's happened somewhere before. I mean, even one of my cousins got a brethren from Wood Green. I ain't going to say his name, but you don't know. He's in jail right now because he shot somebody on the train. So if someone can blam someone on the train, someone can fire off of a bus at somebody. So, yeah. So you got a bus driver got to deal with the school kids. A bus driver got to deal with just the general public. Yeah. Remember, Hackney, I'm not talking about Hackney today. I'm talking about Hackney back then. No goes on. The ghetto of the ghetto. Yeah. You got to deal with the general public, the crackheads. Yeah. You got to deal with flipping gang members. Crazy. Hackney is a different level, man. So yeah, and Brixton and Peckham as well. Come on, man. Come on, man. Behave yourself, blood. Like, to be fair, Edmonton as an area, to me, obviously, I'm from there, so I don't feel like it's that aggressive. But the man them in Edmonton are on it. But the area itself, Edmonton, is not really an aggressive area. Do you know what I mean? The average person you're gonna run into is like kind of like normal ways. Like Hackney back in the day, it was an all-around aggressive area. You had aggressive gang members and you had aggressive people. Even the civilians were aggressive. The reason why people put Edmonton up there is because of the man them that's putting in work. Yeah, it's because of the man them in Edmonton. But Edmonton as an area ain't an aggressive area. Man said Hackney was brazy. Yeah. Someone said, and then someone else. So someone said, put Hackney is #1. Yeah. Hackney definitely at some point would have been rated the most dangerous borough in London. Someone said, what about Thamesmead? Obviously, to me, obviously, I don't know Thamesmead like that. But what I'm saying, I know Thamesmead was a hood, is a hood or was a hood. Obviously, they had their green bandana gang. Man used to follow all them. Like, used to, yeah. I was really tapped into what was going on in other areas when I was on road, yeah? And you know what was funny, yeah? Like, so basically, yeah, like us, man, and obviously the new generation, they still wear green bandanas and that. It was almost like green was against grey. Because in Edmonton, you had N9, who were green bandana, going against N18, which is Upper Edmonton, grey bandana. Then you had Wood Green, who we was linked up with. They were going against Hornsey, who was grey bandana. I was just about to say Walthamstow, yeah. Priory Court, grey bandana against the Drive and Beaumont and Base in Leighton. Yeah, so you had Drive, which was Walthamstow. They were linked up with Beaumont and Base, which was Leighton. They were all green bandana going against them grey bandana, man, Priory Court. And then I think, what was it, Oliver Close? OC Oliver Close from Leighton. I'm sure they were beefing, they were definitely beefing Beaumont. And I'm sure they were beefing Priory Court as well. Then even in South London, you had Ferrier and you had Thamesmead. They were green bandana. I think Ferrier were green bandana and orange bandana as well. They were beefing Woolwich. I think Woolwich were grey bandana. And Thamesmead and Ferrier, they were beefing Cherry Gang with a red bandana. But all three of them, let's say Thamesmead and Ferrier together, they were beefing Cherry Gang Cherry Gang were beefing Woolwich. Woolwich would be, everyone was beefing each other. That little Greenwich borough, man was tapped into their, trust me, I used to watch their videos and that. Press 1 if you've seen that street selected video of Cherry Gang with all the fam just bare mashes in the video, man. Everyone knew about Cherry Gang from that video. I met a few of them still in what you call it, in ISIS. Big up Illa, man. He was an older that was Cherry Gang. I bumped into him in ISIS. Yeah, he's cool. But he was on, he won't remember because this was years ago. So this is like fucking like 15 years ago. But I remember him because I've seen him in one of the videos. He was rapping. That's how I remember him. Like, oh shit, yo, man. But listen, like, God forbid any of you don't go to jail. But you will meet rappers, you know. Big up Young Troops from Gas Gang. I bumped into him on my wing. I didn't even clock it was him until afterwards. I'm like, oh shit, that's Young Troops. Yeah, he was in ISIS. Someone said, Jay, what are you saying? You know, Steeler the Angolan. I don't know him personally, but that's my cousin's friend still. But yeah, I think he's half Congolese, half Angolan, isn't it? Do you rate Terminator? Yeah, I mean, he's from my area, innit? He's one of the oldest and that. I don't know Terminator like that, but yeah, big him up, innit? Does the property thing. Used to kick ball as well. See, look, you see all of this? Man just trying to start beef. Why are you asking me about do I rate Terminator? Why? Why are you asking? I had this the other day. People were like, oh, what do you think about this video that DD Gray made? Or one time I was on just flicking through A1 from the 9 was doing a live stream. Yo, A1 from the 9, get Jay Wise on. What for? What for? Or they was asking, oh, what do you think of Jay Wise? What were you asking him for? Then one time I was on Pokey's, I was just watching Pokey's live, you know, Pokey from Enfield. I was watching his live. Yo, Pokey, what do you think of Jay Wise and that? Yo, why are you asking for? Are you trying to start beef? What are you asking for? A man asked me, would you ever go on a podcast? Rude boy, I've been on 4 podcasts. What are you talking about? That you obviously don't watch my videos. I've been on 4 podcasts. But there's certain podcasts that I wouldn't want to go on. Like, I don't even know the name of these podcasts, yeah? But like, I would just see some random podcast, just some random nobody knows them like that. You know, everyone's trying to do a podcast. They'll make 6 videos and then just give up. But anyway, there'll be a random podcast with some random youths that are hosting and they just got some random guests on it. I'm not sitting down debating with these random people. You are too broke. You are not on the same levels for me to sit down and debate with you. There are levels in this world. I'm not going to sit down, yeah, and debate with someone who is broke and lives in a council house. Nah. Or still lives at their mum's house. Nah. Now, I'm not going to debate with you. Just like Jeff Bezos is not going to debate with me on a podcast because I'm not at his level. There are levels in this world. So hold on a minute. You want me to sit down and debate with some baby mum that's got 2 different baby dads who lives in a council or a housing association flat in Islington? I'm not debating with someone like that. I am not interested in your opinion. So no, I will not sit down. I will go on a podcast, even if they have 3 hosts. That yes, I will be interviewed, yeah, because I'm the star. I have a story to tell, but I'm not gonna go on a podcast where there's other guests and they're just saying what they want. No way, no way, nah. I'm not gonna be like. The reason why I'm saying this because I've got this image of some chick that I saw today in my head, just some random. I don't know who this girl is. There was some black youths, they're doing their podcasting. Like, you know, like everyone uses the same podcast studio as well. So these youths are doing their podcast. They got this chick on there, just some light skinned chick, some elephant thing. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah. And she just giving her opinion on this, and I'm thinking this girl is broke. Her baby dad's name is Jamal, goes by the name of Shavado or Cavalli. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to sit in the same room as you. You cannot debate with me. You are poor. You get breed up by waste men. We ain't got nothing to talk about. So I wouldn't even want to, like, let's say, like, big up the Sinners podcast. I like watching their thing, but I don't think I would want to go on there and sit amongst them other people, you know. Nah, I don't care if I'm sitting next to a guy who's a rapper, who's making 500 grand a year. Just because you're a rapper and you're making big money, that doesn't mean more of the same caliber. You're just fortunate enough to blow up in the rap industry and make money. You make fast money. I make slow, planned, strategic money. My mum is more proud of me than you. Chair, you're just a rapper, you know what I mean, innit? So yeah, I don't think, you know, obviously there's certain rappers that if I like them, if I like their music, then yeah, I would sit down and talk with Rimsey, let's say. I mean, Rimsey is my cousin's brethren anyway. Yeah. So I would sit down and talk to Rimsey, you know what I mean? But other people, nah. There's levels. So this M person said that they're actually a female, you know. Do you know what? I just expect the man. I don't expect to see gal in my chat, to be fair, in it. So I just expect anyone that messages or comments in that is a man. Let me see your initial comment one second. Anyway, I think this M person said something about going on a podcast or something like that. Anyway, what did the person say? Well, what do you think about the Get situation? It's an unfortunate one, man. It's an unfortunate one. So obviously, I don't know how long you get in prison for, you know, death by dangerous driving, and 6 to 10 years, something like that. That's why, man, you know, like, well, don't take the risk drinking and driving, man. 623 if you're lucky. Yeah. So he's probably due to get 9. Got previous as well. What are his previous? Drink driving. If his previous are drink driving, fuck, you know. They're gonna throw the book at him. If he's got previous for drink driving, so the judge is gonna say, hold on a minute, you've been in court before for drink driving, you never learned your lesson the first time when they took away your license for 6 months or a year, and you're back doing it, and now you killed somebody. This is the reason why we took away people's licenses, so that we can hope that they learn a valuable lesson in the 6 months to a year that they were off the road. And then you didn't learn from it, and then you went and you pitched somebody. Because when the judge will probably take away somebody's license and that for drink driving, do you know what the judge will probably say? I'm glad I'm taking away your license now, because you never know, next week you could have killed someone in the hit and run whilst drunk. Literally, that's what they'll probably say. Or they'll probably say, you know, if you carry on drink driving, you're going to end up killing someone. And someone actually did go and drink drive and kill. I mean, this happens all the time. You just don't hear about it. So it's only because of who he is, that's why you heard about it. And because he's obviously a famous person and that, they would want to make an example of him. Sorry. You know what, yeah? I think my brother yesterday that done the mentoring session, I think he came into the chat and he said, yo, I think so. If you're still here, if you're still watching, yeah, big up. I did see you, but obviously I was in the middle of talking. So, and you know, when I talk, I don't stop for 5 minutes. I'm trying to find your comment, because obviously his comment was in Arabic writing, and I recognize it. Not obviously I can't read Arabic, but I'm sure it's him from yesterday. Let me see if I see the comment. It might have not disappeared, but I can't find it because of how old it is. But yeah, anyway, I ain't gonna say your name, but yeah, let me know if you're still watching. Yeah, coming off in 10 minutes. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate. Just one. Oh, big up Lano J. Big up Lano J. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. Like one mistake and that can cost you. There was a guy the other day. He was driving whilst using the mobile phone. I think he was even watching things he shouldn't be watching on his phone. Yeah. He was watching some chick getting her cheeks clapped, yeah. End up hitting some people that broke down on the side of the road and killing them. And the thing is as well, he couldn't even lie and get away with it because there was an onboard cam. So there was because he was driving a work van, there was a camera on the inside recording him. So he couldn't even lie and say, oh, because he went around the bend of a road on this country lane, a vehicle had broken down on the bend or something like that. But when he's coming around the bend, he's not watching properly. He's on the phone, wherever he's hit them. He couldn't even lie and say, oh, I didn't see them and I just happened to hit them and that. There was a camera watching, yeah, inside the vehicle. So crazy, man. What do you think about the guy that films people on their phones and reports them to the police? Who, what, Cycling Mikey? Yeah, it's that Cycling Mikey guy, innit? Blood, I would love for him to try it. I was going to say in South Africa, he's actually from Zimbabwe, but obviously they sound quite similar because obviously you have to understand one thing about Africa. A lot of these countries never existed. They were just the land of the tribesmen. There was no Nigeria. There was no Ghana. Yeah, there was the Ashanti tribe and their land. There was the Igbos and their land. And there was the Yoruba and their land. Same with South Africa and Zimbabwe. That's why you've got people of the Zulu tribe in both South Africa and Zimbabwe. So obviously their accents are going to be quite similar in that neighboring countries sometimes, yeah. So yeah, I thought he was from South Africa, but he's actually from Zimbabwe. But I just remember thinking that, yo, because South Africa is wild, wild west. Yo, dangerous. Yeah, you don't want to go around there. Apparently in South Africa, at nighttime when it's dark, when you're approaching a red light, slow down. Only stop if you have to. Because if you stop, they will jack you. And then, man, they don't play. They will blam you. They don't give a fuck. I saw a video where, you know, in this country, we got the people, the security corps people that collect the money from the post office in that box thing, and they wear the gear. There was a video in South Africa, yeah? They had an onboard camera facing the driver and the driver's mate of this money box vehicle, yeah? These guys in South Africa, you saw them approaching on the side, like approaching them whilst they're driving on the road. You saw them approach, like get close to them, bam, they just started shooting at the window. Shooting at the window. Luckily, it was bulletproof. Started licking shots at the window. So anyway, I was thinking to myself, that Cycling Mikey needs to go to South Africa. Because he will approach people's cars in England, like how he does in England, and he will be in for a rude awakening. It will be the last thing he sees, yeah? I can imagine Cycling Mikey, like he does in America, in England. He will go up to people's cars. Hey, I'm recording you. That's what he says. I am recording you. I will be reporting you to the police. Bro, he will go up to somebody's car in South Africa. I'm a bam. Yeah, he won't even finish his sentence. I'll be report. Bam. They will just boom, blow him away, blood. Blow him away, fam. You can only get away with that in England. Yeah? Go to a serious country. Oh, in South Africa, you think they give a fuck about people using phones? Bro, they won't worry about people having licenses or not. Yeah. Someone said, would you ever go on the 90s Baby podcast? Yeah, if I was being interviewed and I was the only guest, yeah. You know, I probably would still go, but I wouldn't want to, like, I would rather just go there and be the only guest. I don't want to, I'm not interested in sitting with a bunch of people. I will never go on Backchat. Never. Never. They can invite me down. I'm not going. I will never go on Backchat. So you want me to sit next to a bunch of broke people that may wear some nice clothes and that and think, no way, not interested. I don't care if these guys have got money from social media and that. I don't care. I only want to be around men who are self-made men, not men that have just got lucky off social media. Not interested. Put it this way, yeah. The reason why I don't want to go on podcasts with other guests, I'm cool with the host. I don't mind. It could be me and 3 of the hosts, no problem. But I don't want to go on with other guests. A lot of people who go on podcasts and that, especially the ones that are not really known in social media, like they don't make content like that. They just got an Instagram profile and they make stupid videos on TikTok, but they ain't got like a proper social media presence. Like, you know, for them, it's their time to shine. So now they're going to be acting up and that. Bro, watch my podcasts. I've got 4 podcasts that I've done. I'm exactly the same. I don't act up. I'm exactly the same. I don't act up. I'm one of those people, yeah? Like, I'm pretty much exactly the same in every situation and scenario. At work, I'm the same. Obviously, I'm not going to be talking about certain things with these tenants. I ain't going to be talking about how to get rich off property with them, obviously. But I'm exactly the same. It's just the conversations might be different. But the persona is the same. Like, you know, if I'm at my mom's house or if I'm at a friend's house, I'm exactly the same. I'm the same on podcasts, and I don't feel like, oh yeah, I'm on a podcast interview. This is my time to shine. Lano J say, where's your latest podcast? The youth that interviewed me, I don't know where this youth is. He's just disappeared. So yeah, I've done 4 podcasts. To be fair, only 3 of them have been released. One of them, the last one hasn't. I don't know. I'm gonna try and find him on Instagram because he's just disappeared. Now I think he's all shut down his Instagram as well. The last time I checked, I tried to find him, I couldn't find him. I said, don't tell them your property tricks. Game is to be sold, not told. Yeah. But me, you know what it is, yeah. Like me, I don't mind revealing the secrets. Obviously, if I come up with some invention, obviously, and I want to get a pattern, yeah, then that's different. Yeah. But I don't mind. I'm not worried about people stealing my ideas. I'm worried about when people don't want to steal my ideas. So there was a guy in England on YouTube who made content in a certain genre, and there were other youths on YouTube in America that make the same sort of content. And this black youth in England was complaining, such and such in America is stealing my ideas. I just released a video yesterday, and a day or 2 later, they're talking about the exact same thing that I spoke about. They're stealing my video ideas. And I'm thinking, yo, don't be worried about people stealing your ideas. Be worried about people not wanting to steal your ideas. It's not such a bad problem to have, you know. Now, obviously, you don't want to make a video and then someone steals your idea who's actually got more followers than you, but they actually follow you on Sly, and then now they're the one that's been, you know, branded as they're the one that invented this concept or this mindset or this thought process. Yeah, that would be kind of annoying. But you know what? It's still a good problem to have. Someone said, will you jump on the RTM podcast? Probably not. Was about to say, swear I've seen clips, but not the full thing. Yeah, man, I don't know where this shoot is, man. Good artist copy, great artist still. Standing on the shoulder of giants. So yeah, man, don't be worried about people stealing your ideas, man. Be worried about people not stealing your ideas. Someone said, what's the wrong with the RTM podcast? The way it's structured, I don't think that's the podcast for me. That's it. Buy a property in Harlow. Yeah, I was looking to buy a property in Harlow. You still doing mentoring sessions? Yeah, it's £100 now. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday's I done a mentoring session yesterday, and he said, "Yo, £60 is too cheap. You need to charge £100." That's what he said to me. He said you need to start charging £100 because of the gems. Yeah. Remember, obviously, man's just talking. You know, I can't really give you tailored advice because you're watching me. I don't know who you are. I don't know your circumstance, your situation, detail for detail. But once I start to get to know him, man, I'm like, yo, why are you doing this? Do this. What are you talking about? You want to go over there? Do this over there or whatever. So yeah, a man told me yesterday, he's a young youth, 21. He's like, nah, man, you need to start charging £100. He probably felt like he didn't pay enough. And this is the thing, yeah. The mentoring session is supposed to be an hour. Bro, I was chatting to him for an hour and a half. Once you've paid, yo, I don't mind it going over a little bit. If it needs to. You know what I mean? Unless I'm super busy, like I have to get out the door or something, innit? But yo, well, I don't mind giving a man an extra 20 minutes. But you paid now, man. Cool. This ain't no restaurant where you get an hour and a half time limit. You know, I ain't no woman that sells my soul. Yo, you 60 minutes. If you don't finish up, then that's your problem, my friend. Yeah. Pay another £60 tomorrow. I've got other clients waiting. I'm trying to think, have I done 2 mentoring sessions in a day? Have I done 2 in a day? I know I've done like one day, then one the next day. Have I done 2 in a day? I think the most I've done in a week is like 3 or 4, you know. Definitely at least 3, maybe 4. But have I done 2 in one day? I'm not too sure. I don't think I've done 2 in one day before. J-Wise, how to get over mistakes in the past, wasted time haunting you. Just elaborate a little bit more. You said / living in the past. Yo, you can elaborate a little bit more, but I'm just going to talk on this and that. Living in the past, worrying about the mistakes that you made in the past does nothing for your future. The only thing you need to do is think, I'm not doing that again. Yeah, allow it to haunt you in that way where you're like, I'm not doing that stupidness ever again. That's cool. But don't just be sitting down like, yo, man. Even if you're in jail for 5 years, thinking about what went wrong in the past ain't going to change the future. Obviously, just make sure you don't do it again, obviously. You know, unfortunately, Ghetto sitting in prison right now, you know, him sitting down, and obviously, naturally, you're going to just keep reflecting over that mistake that you made. No, normal. Me, I'm the ruminator king. Don't get it twisted. But we move forward still. Yeah? You can't just keep going over what went wrong in your head, man. You got to just keep it moving, man. Just obviously, you know, make sure you learn from the mistakes. It could be anything. Why your girl cheated on you, or, you know, oh, obviously there's been times that, yo, I wish I never got out of the car and boxed that guy in his face. Because now, look, man's sitting in a police cell. Big up man like Andrew Tate. He said, the morgue and prison is filled with nothing but ego. And that is the realest truth. Certain man right now are 6 foot under, and certain men right now are riding 6 years because of their ego. Nah, I didn't like the way he said that to me. Or I don't like the way he beat his horn at me. So I got out and I done this. Or I got out and I got this done to me. So that's why I'm packed. I'm in a box. Ego. It's all ego. Ego is dangerous. Telling you, most of the man that are in jail, obviously apart from man that is like, you know, people that are burglars and armed robbers and that, maybe drug dealers and that. But a lot of like, I tell you what, yeah, a lot of the crime that just happens in the heat of the moment, a lot of the man that are in jail for crimes that happen in the heat of the moment, they didn't set out with a plan to rob, a plan to jack, a plan to do anything, yeah, or a plan to be selling stuff that they shouldn't be selling. But a lot of men that are in jail for the because of the heat of the moment, ego. Ego. No, I'm not taking that violation. Yeah, and man said most of the time it's to show off to the people, but by themselves they're walking away. Even me, obviously I got ego on that. I'll say, so I went to this Polish woman's house today. Me and her had a nice, good chat. She was cool, so cool. So anyway, me and her chatting now, and yeah, I can't remember what was. I said to her, yeah, the morgue and prison is filled with nothing but ego. That's what I was saying as well. And I said, yeah, me, I've got an ego. I've got such an ego. Yeah, my ego is this mad. Yeah. So what I said to her was this: when you're younger, your perception of fear is different to when you get older in the exact same scenario. So basically, she was saying, "Oh, her son, he's on the wrong path. You know, being a teenager." I said, "Being a teenager, you think you're invincible." She was saying, "Yeah." And then I said to her, "Yeah, when you're younger, your perception of fear is a lot different to when you get older in the exact same scenario, exact same situation." So air this. So I said to her, one time, me and one chick, when I was 23 years old, we went to Fort Park and we've gone on all the rides, yeah, all the rides. And years later, let's say 5 years, 6 years after, me and one of my brethren have gone back to Fort Park. They still got all the same rides. Yo, going from 23 to 29, yo, them rides there, they felt different. Yeah, maybe I was 27, maybe I was 22 at the time, and then I went when I was 27. Yeah, because 29 feels a bit too recent. So maybe I was 27. Yeah, going back to the same theme park 5, 6 years later, yo, those rides there felt a lot different, you know. Man still went on them. Yo, they remember it like this, you know that. Yeah, man went on stealth and all of them. But the ride there, they feel different. So I said to her, yeah, obviously I went to Fort Park with my brethren 5, 6 years after I went with this girl. And I still went on all the rides and now I said, like, yo, these rides feel a bit different. But I said to her, I'm the sort of person, I have such an ego within myself that if I didn't go on one of those rides because I was too scared, you know, I would go home and the following week I would book a ticket to go to Fort Park to go on that ride. That's what I'm like. Nobody knows this is going on in my brain. This is between me and myself. Nobody knows. But I've got an ego within myself, yeah, that if I was scared to go on a theme park ride and I went home, I would book a ticket and go on that theme park ride by myself. I'll go back just to go on that one ride. That's what I'm like. I got a point to prove to myself. Forget the fucking world, yeah? So, yeah, she was like, you're crazy. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm like. I said intrinsic motivation. Yeah, because you know what? I just hold myself accountable on that. Like, it's not about what other people think, it's about what I think. Certain people, if they got batted up, as long as nobody saw and it was just you and him, no, I don't give a fuck. Nah, I know I got batted up. That's, yeah. I have to go and live with that now. Yeah, nah. Jay Wise, have you ever been a people pleaser in your life? No. People pleaser, I don't give a fuck about nobody. Do you know what a people pleaser is? You see those people who, because you know, I was talking about certain people acting a certain way in this environment with these people and then this environment with the next people. You know, them people, they're like, oh, I'm a chameleon. I can be this way with these people and then that way with it. Bro, I'm the same. A leopard don't change his spots. A tiger don't change his rascal stripes. That's me. I'm not going to start acting a different way around these different people and that. Yeah, I can tone it down a little bit. I can not have certain conversations because you think I'm going to be talking about Cherry Gang and Priory Court with a fucking doctor? Come on, yeah? So there's certain conversations that I'm going to omit with certain people. But I'm not a chameleon. I'm not going to change my persona depending on who I'm around. Am I a dickhead? Nah. I'm like Marmite. Either you hate me or you love me. That's it. Simple as. And the thing is, the problem is, yeah, there's certain people, they change their persona so much when they're around different people. What happens when you get people from this situation where the person acts so completely different with them and then they're different with the other person? They're like, yo, one of the parties is going to think, yo, you're acting a bit different. Nobody could ever think that with me. Nobody could ever think that with me. People see me on this live now. People that know me personally, and that, if my mom was watching this, she would be like, yeah, that's just, my son is talking the exact same way how my son talks when he's in this house. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. My mom's not gonna, if my mom's been on some of my lives a couple times, yeah, like she'll come in like, you're right, Jelani, it's your mom. Yeah, I'm like, oh shoot, it's actually my mom, because my mom's got some little, obviously my mom's not a gal off the street, but she's got a little nickname, let's call it that. Yeah. And I'll get it too. My mom ain't got no tag name. But anyway, so my mom's like, my mom's been in the live a couple times, yeah. Like, oh, hi Jelani, it's your mom. Like, oh, okay, yes, mom. If my mom watching the live, she ain't gonna feel like, oh, he's acting a bit different. No, like that's my son, that's exactly how he is. My mom's watching this right now. My mom will be like, yeah, that's my son's bit, that's him. It's exactly how he is. He's not putting on a front because he's on the camera. No, my son is exactly like that. I'm an authentic guy. Yeah.
Oh, I invited someone. Yeah, by accident. Don't join. This person's name is Maja. Must be a Polish woman. Yeah, don't join. Like, coming off in 2 minutes. You put your last questions in. What am I gonna do now? Oh, I've got to do some paperwork, and I'm gonna shower before I go to bed. Yeah, I got a slow day tomorrow, so I'm gonna be going to my house. Got to meet my young youths. Got them. They're gonna be doing some work for me tomorrow. Like I told you already, like, you know, waiting is the way of the woman. Waiting for opportunities to come is the way of the woman and the way of the loser. You're a man. You got to go out and create opportunities. I got some young boys. They do work for me. I've given them 5 jobs so far. I've given them 5 jobs, not because they saw me and approached me, because I approached them.
I was driving down a road. I saw them cutting a hedge. I put the car on the curb. Jumped out the car. Yo, do you lot do private work, whatever, and that? Like, yeah. I said, well, what's your number? Boom, took the number. The reason why they got an opportunity to make money from me now is because I don't drive my car and think, maybe it's not an appropriate time right now. Nah. One of my brethren, yeah, from college, big up Bright, yeah. Man's from Zimbabwe as well, yeah. He's from East London, yeah, but obviously he moved out. So anyway, but obviously man used to go to college with him, yeah. So I used to go to college when I was 18, 19, shit like that. 33 now. Last year, I'm driving my car and I'm thinking like, I need a gas engineer. I'm driving my car, I see a black man looking at a gas meter when I'm driving my car on the road. I just saw him, I spun the car around and pulled up. So I jumped out the car, like, yo, brother. No, I was still in the car. I pulled up next to him, like, yo, brother. He turned around, he's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, shoot. This is my brethren from college. I ain't spoke to him for years. Do you know why? And then me and him end up linking up and going out playing pool and that. Do you know why? Because I saw an opportunity. I approached him. I didn't even think I knew him. Because I just saw him like from an angle. I couldn't even see his face properly. Anyway, me and him linked up, you get me? I was like, boom. What's your number? He's like, I think I've still got your number. This guy still had my number from years ago. I would have still had his number, but I've lost a couple of phones in that time. So I haven't been able to carry over the same, his number and that. Because you know, certain times, yeah, you might lose your phone. Obviously, your SIM card's in your phone. Certain times you can get the numbers back, but you can't get the numbers that are in the SIM card if you take that SIM card out and put in a new phone or whatever and that. Because the phone, I'm just chatting something, waffling. But anyway, yeah, you know, like sometimes you save numbers to your phone, but not to your SIM card. If you take that SIM card out and you put that SIM card in the new phone, well, you've lost the numbers that are in the actual phone. So he still had my number. Anyway, me and him linked up, played pool on that. Cool, boom, still got each other's number. Boom. The other day, I had some problem with my boiler, yeah, and the gas meter. I was like, yo, this happened and that. Whereabouts? So he said, I'm in such and such area, but I can come to you. I'm like, what, can you get there in like 20, 30 minutes? He's like, yeah, see you there 20, 30 minutes. He just came. He came for like 10 minutes. He sorted this out. I said, boom, what do you want? He's like, I don't know, whatever. And I just gave him £20. Boom. Did you beat him at pool though, or did you go home fuming and want revenge? I don't know who won at pool, you know. Do you know what? I'm gonna hit him up. I mean, I'm gonna go and play pool. Let me see. I'll see if he's available next weekend. Yeah, you know what? Since I can't remember who won at pool, I'm gonna hit him up. Yeah, and say, yo, I can't remember who won at pool out of you and me. Let's go and play pool. Yeah. Fuck it. This one's on you, yeah? I'll tell them they're the man them on TikTok. Yeah, they arrange this link up still. I think he might have won, you know. I think he might have won. But yeah, you know what? That's happening, yeah. Next weekend, I'll link him up. Oh yeah, I've got a brand new TV. I need to unbox it. I need to get a coffee table as well. Actually. No, I need to get a TV unit. Sorry, not a coffee table. Secondary or primary? What was the best times for you? Secondary school, because I made a whole bunch of money for my age. When I was 15 years old, I had 1,500 saved. Man said, Jay Wise, would you ever go on The Apprentice? Yo, I applied to go into The Apprentice. I applied. I didn't get through. I went for the interview. But yeah, obviously you have to tell them what your business plan is. I just fucked up the whole thing. So yeah, that was one time. Yeah. So basically, when you go to interview for The Apprentice and that, you go in a room and there's like 13 of you or something, and they say, right, you stand in front of numbers 1 to 13 or 1 to 12, and they say, all right, cool. Number 3, you go first. Yeah. Number 6, you go first. Number 7, you go second. So I think I was number 3, and they said, right, number 3, you go first. I stepped forward, started talking, and my mind went blank, and I just froze. My mind just went blank. It was almost like I was in a trance, and I got it back and that, but yeah, they weren't happy with that that pitch, because you're supposed to pitch an idea or something in it, so fucked it up. But I felt this big. Bro started seeing himself on TV. But yeah, when was this? This was like 2014 when I tried to apply to go on The Apprentice. I saw a glimpse of fame and froze. Yeah, mine went blank, boy. In front of everyone, not a normal interview. Yeah. It's not like a proper interview. It's like a group interview. Man's taking a piss about new jacket, you know. It's got paint on it to blood clot. Jay West, would you ever go on Love Island? Bro, I ain't no sweet boy. Imagine me on Love Island. Like, come on, man. Like, to be fair, I applied to go on Big Brother. So the most recent one, I applied. They didn't let me. I didn't get through. Yo, I would have been the best person for the Big Brother house. Do you know the amount of problem? Obviously, I wouldn't go there deliberately causing problems. What I'm saying is, if I got a problem with someone, they're gonna know about it. They should have had me on there, boy. That would have been entertainment. Man said, you on Big Brother would be hard. Yeah. Trust me. Like, you lot watching me, yeah? Like, if they said, right, you know, should we put someone like Jay Wise on the Big Brother house? Come on, man. Come on, blood. I wonder what the general public would think of me. They'll be like, nah, get this. Some people will be like, nah, keep him there for entertainment. Some people, they wouldn't want me to win because they just don't like. The thing is, yeah, what would happen is, yeah, like me on the Big Brother house, the general public watching it on TV, they would like watching me for entertainment. But the problem I will have is they wouldn't like me, because most people that watch Big Brother, a lot of people are broke that watch Big Brother. So a lot of broke people, where do they reside? In council houses. So they will watch my videos, but this guy's always dissing people that lives in council houses and that. Fuck it, we don't like it. You know, everyone's so sensitive and that. Instead of getting up and putting the fucking work to be successful, nah, we're just gonna be pissed off at the person that tells us to get off their ass and be successful. They'd be like, who's this black you? Yeah. Obviously, I'll go on it. I'll just be just like this. Like, people wouldn't be thinking, oh, he's acting like he's a gangster. Not like some people on Love Island. You get there's some guys on Love Island, yeah. They've never been a GM. They've never rolled for their hood. They've never flagged a bandana for their hood. But because they're from South London and they go on Love Island and they're from an ends and they might know 1-2 man that saved them from getting robbed by the Jack boys in their area. Now they go on Love Island and they think they're bad. Fam, you ain't smacked up nobody. You ain't gonna no ride outs. You ain't got no stories to tell. You was never a bad boy. I don't care if you sold a little bit of weed. They're not making you a bad boy. You're a money man. You're a trapper. That's why there's men that are fraud, man, and trappers that go jail and get bullied. Do you know why? Because they're not about this. They're about money. They're not a GM. They don't ride out. They don't know about ends, wars, going back and forth and that. Said you'd be a hazard on the show. I know, bro. No, yeah. Man said you will set pace for leaving the kitchen dirty. Now, I ain't gonna box no one. That's an assault charge, isn't it? What I'm saying is, I'll be like, yo, clean up your mess, man. What you doing? This is why I will never live in a house share. The problem I would have with the Big Brother house is this. There are some people, many people, that will go on the Big Brother show. They're not like that in real life, but because they're on TV, they're gonna act like they're on it. Bro, you are not on nothing. I'm actually like this in real life. So that's the problem I will have. It's just like the podcasts and that. Certain people are nobodies that this is my time to shine. Me, I'll just be exactly the same. Put it this way, if we're in a Big Brother house, if everyone's cool, which is probably unlikely, if everyone's cool, then you wouldn't see me doing nothing. You see me just there chilling. But if we got idiots, problematic people, well, then they're gonna meet problems. That's it. I said, yo, Jay, jump on the rent to rent, slacking big man. Nah, I don't need to jump on rent to rent. I've got properties that I can turn into Airbnb. But anyway, coming up in 1 minute. Jay Wise, did you ever know man who never fought but knew if they did, it's game over? Ah, big up Mowgli. Big up Mogs, man. Yo, he hit me up in the DM and said like, yo, keep doing your thing. Yeah, respect, man. Keep doing your music thing as well, man. Which property you in? Number 1. Now I'm in property number 6. This is 6. Number 1 is over there. Yeah, big up Mogs. But yeah, man. Yeah, I've had a couple rappers and that hit me up. Couple, man. Or like if they ain't a rapper, like they obviously I rolled you or whatever and that. You know, I wonder what Birmingham is like, you know. Because obviously Birmingham, I heard they got some spots. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've only been Birmingham like 4 times in my life, so I don't know. Obviously, I've just gone to like the city center, and I don't know if Birmingham has like one official city center. Well, obviously, it must do it, but whereas you see like in London, yeah, we got bare spots like, yo, this is the place to be. So I don't know. Oh, but have I got an invite from Mowgli? Yeah, he said Birmingham's live. When you come down, hit me up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, coming off in 1 minute. I keep saying this, you know. Oh yeah, the Bull Ring. Yeah, I went there. They used to have a tinsel town there, you know. I took my motorbike all the way from Edmonton to Birmingham, and I went tinsel town. I just went there for a ride. This was years ago, like 2018. Right, definitely coming off in 1 minute now. Hey man said, bro's line, he went out there for a gig. Nah, man. I just thought one day I've never been Birmingham. So this time 2018, I'm like, I've never been Birmingham before. I'm like, fuck it, let me just take my motorbike up there. So yeah, obviously I rolled all the way from Edmonton to the house next door. Then yeah, just stopped off, chilled for a little bit. Then all right, boom, let me get on the bike again. And then I went to Birmingham. Obviously they got a Nando's. I went to the Nando's in like kind of like the city center sort of ish, I think. And then yeah, I got back on the bike and I just went straight from Birmingham to Edmonton. I obviously stopped off at a petrol station for like 15 minutes or something like that. Got in a race with a Nissan GTR. This guy left me in the dust, boy. Yeah. That was on the R6. But even to be fair though, man, even the R1, yo, the Nissan GTR, the R1s will be struggling to keep up with that car. I'm telling you. All right, I'm done now. Been saying that for the last 20 minutes.
Alright, done. Alright, YouTube man them. Alright, done. Fuck's sake. That's like the little song that plays after when you finish the live on TikTok. Right, YouTube man them. I'll see you next time. Next week or something. Stay away, done.